Listen closely, because what I'm about to share isn't for everyone. This message, it's a calling, a divine whisper meant for the ears of those chosen for a higher purpose. If you're feeling a stirring in your soul right now, a sense that you're meant for more, then this message is for you. We're about to embark on a journey of profound transformation. It's a path that will challenge you, inspire you, and ultimately lead you to a level of spiritual and emotional freedom you might never have thought possible. But make no mistake, this journey isn't for the faint of heart. It requires courage, faith, and a willingness to confront the deepest parts of yourself. For too long, many of us have been carrying burdens we were never meant to bear. Toxic thoughts, unresolved emotions, past hurts. These are the chains that have been holding us back from our true destiny. But today, right here and now, we have the opportunity to break free. This isn't about some quick fix or surface-level change. We're talking about a deep, spiritual detox, a cleansing of the soul that will align you with God's purpose for your life. It's about recognizing the power of your words, your thoughts, and your faith to literally transform your reality. Now, I want you to understand something crucial. If you're feeling resistant right now, if you're tempted to click away, that's okay. This message isn't for everyone, and that's by divine design. But if you're feeling a resonance, if these words are lighting a fire in your spirit, then I urge you to stay with me. Because what you're about to learn has the potential to radically change your life. We're going to uncover the secrets of true forgiveness, the power of aligning with God's will, and the incredible freedom that comes from releasing the baggage of your past. Are you ready to step into the fullness of your calling? Are you prepared to become the person God created you to be? If so, then lean in close. Your journey to victory, to purpose, to a life overflowing with divine blessings, it all starts right here, right now. This is your moment. This is your divine appointment. Let's begin this transformative journey together and watch as God's power unfolds in your life in ways you never imagined possible. Life's journey is filled with ups and downs, twists and turns that shape our experiences and perceptions. Along this path, we often pick up mental and emotional baggage without even realizing it. These unseen burdens can weigh heavily on our spirits, affecting our daily lives in profound ways. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a beautiful garden. In this garden, your thoughts and emotions are the plants that grow. Some are vibrant flowers, bringing color and joy to your life. Others, however, might be more like weeds, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions that, if left unchecked, can overrun the beauty of your mental landscape. Many of us carry these weeds around without even knowing it. They might manifest as persistent self-doubt, lingering resentment from past hurts, or a constant undercurrent of anxiety about the future. These negative thought patterns and emotions don't just stay in our minds. They seep into every aspect of our lives, affecting our relationships, our work, and even our physical health. But here's the good news. Just like a skilled gardener can transform an overgrown plot into a thriving oasis, you have the power to cultivate a healthier mental and emotional state. The first step in this transformation is awareness. Take a moment right now to pause and reflect. What recurring thoughts do you notice? Are there emotions that seem to pop up more often than others? This self-reflection isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. Think of it as taking inventory of your garden. Which plants are helping you grow, and which ones might be holding you back? Once you've started to recognize these patterns, you can begin the process of addressing them. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to think positive all the time. Instead, it's about acknowledging your thoughts and emotions, understanding where they come from, and choosing how to respond to them. For example, if you notice a persistent feeling of inadequacy, you might dig deeper to understand its roots. Perhaps it stems from childhood experiences or past setbacks. By recognizing this, you can start to challenge these thoughts with compassion and wisdom. Are these feelings based on current reality, or are they echoes from the past? This process of recognition and gentle challenging is like carefully tending to your mental garden. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort, but the results can be transformative. As you practice this, you might find that the weeds in your mental space start to lose their grip, making room for more nurturing, empowering thoughts to flourish. Remember, this journey of personal growth is unique to each individual. What works for one person might not work for another. That's why it's so important to approach this process with curiosity and self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself as you explore these inner landscapes. As we continue to explore this topic, we'll delve deeper into specific strategies for nurturing a healthier mental and emotional state. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Have you noticed any recurring thought patterns or emotions in your life? How have they impacted you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your insights might just help someone else on their journey of personal growth. Next, we'll explore how these internal patterns can affect our spiritual well-being and discuss ways to align our inner world with our deepest values and aspirations. Stay tuned as we continue this journey of self-discovery and growth together. The emotional and spiritual impact of unresolved feelings. As we journey through life, we encounter a wide range of emotions: joy, sadness, anger, love. Each plays a vital role in our human experience. But what happens when we don't fully process these emotions, especially the challenging ones? Let's explore how unresolved feelings can impact our emotional and spiritual well-being. Imagine your emotional world as a vast ocean. On the surface, you might see calm waters or gentle waves. But beneath, there are currents and depths that aren't immediately visible. These hidden depths are where unresolved emotions often reside. When we experience difficult situations, a conflict with a loved one, a professional setback, or a personal loss, we feel a surge of emotions. Ideally, we'd navigate through these feelings, learn from the experience, and move forward. But life isn't always that simple, is it? Sometimes, we push these emotions down, thinking we're dealing with them by ignoring them. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It might seem to work for a while, but it takes constant effort, and eventually, that ball is going to pop back up to the surface, often when we least expect it. These unresolved emotions, be it anger, guilt, resentment, or grief, don't simply disappear. Instead, they accumulate over time, creating what some might call emotional baggage. This baggage can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds, affecting our day-to-day lives in subtle but significant ways. For instance, unresolved anger might manifest as irritability in unrelated situations. Unprocessed grief could lead to difficulty forming new relationships. Lingering guilt might hold us back from pursuing new opportunities. These emotions cloud our judgment, influence our decisions, and can create barriers in our relationships. But the impact goes beyond just our emotional state. Our spiritual well-being, our sense of purpose, our connection to something greater than ourselves, our inner peace, can also be profoundly affected. Unresolved emotions can create a sort of spiritual fog, making it difficult to see our path clearly or feel connected to our deeper selves. They can drain our energy, leaving us feeling spiritually depleted and disconnected from our sense of purpose. Think about times when you felt truly at peace or deeply connected to your sense of purpose. Chances are, in those moments, your emotional waters were relatively calm. Now, consider moments when you felt spiritually adrift or disconnected. Could unresolved emotions have played a role? The good news is that, just as we can learn to navigate stormy seas, we can also learn to navigate our emotional waters. It starts with acknowledgement. Simply recognizing that we're carrying these unresolved emotions is a powerful first step. From there, we can begin the process of working through these feelings. This might involve practices like journaling, where we give voice to our inner thoughts. It could include meditation or prayer, allowing us to sit with our emotions without judgment. For some, talking with a trusted friend or professional counselor can provide valuable support and perspective. As we work through these emotions, we often find that our spiritual life begins to flourish. It's as if we're clearing away the clouds, allowing the sun to shine through once more. We might find it easier to connect with our sense of purpose, to feel gratitude, or to experience moments of transcendence. Remember, this process isn't about achieving a state of constant happiness. Life will always have its ups and downs. Instead, it's about developing the emotional and spiritual resilience to navigate these ebbs and flows with grace and wisdom. As we continue on this journey of growth, consider this. What emotions might you be carrying that are ready to be acknowledged and processed? How might addressing these feelings impact your spiritual well-being? Now, we're going to explore practical strategies for emotional and spiritual detox, ways to release these pent-up feelings and create space for new growth and deeper connections. Stay with us as we dive deeper into this transformative journey. Embarking on a spiritual detox journey. We've explored how negative thoughts and unresolved emotions can impact our lives. Now, let's talk about a powerful way to address these issues: spiritual detox. Don't worry, we're not talking about any fad diets or questionable cleanses here. Instead, we're focusing on a process of inner cleansing that can lead to profound personal growth and renewed spiritual vitality. Think of spiritual detox as a spring cleaning for your soul. Just as we clean our homes to create a fresh, welcoming environment, we can also clean our inner world to create space for positivity, growth, and deeper connections. But what exactly does this process look like? Well, it's not about completely eliminating negative emotions. After all, every emotion has its place and purpose in our lives. Instead, it's about releasing the buildup of toxic thoughts and feelings that no longer serve us. Let's break this down into practical steps. 1. Awareness. The first step in any detox is recognizing what needs to be cleansed. Take some time for honest self-reflection. What recurring negative thoughts do you notice? What emotions seem to keep popping up and causing distress? This isn't about judgment. It's about honest observation. 2. Acknowledgement. Once you've identified these thoughts and emotions, acknowledge them. Say to yourself, I see you, anger, or I recognize this feeling of anxiety. This simple act of acknowledgement can be surprisingly powerful. 3. Exploration. Now, dig a little deeper. Where do these thoughts or emotions come from? Are they tied to past experiences, current stressors, future worries? Understanding the root can help in the release process. 4. Expression. Find healthy ways to express these pent-up feelings. This could be through journaling, creating art, talking with a trusted friend, or even physical activity like dance or exercise. The key is to get these emotions moving rather than letting them stagnate. 5. Release. This is where the real detox happens. There are many techniques for emotional release. Deep breathing exercises can help release stress and anxiety. Forgiveness practices, both for others and yourself, can help let go of anger and resentment. Meditation can create space between you and your thoughts, allowing for easier release. 6. Replenishment. As you release the old, make sure to fill that space with positive, nurturing energies. This could involve practices like gratitude journaling, affirmations, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and peace. Remember, this isn't a one-time process. Just like we need to regularly clean our homes, spiritual detox is an ongoing practice. It's about creating habits and rituals that support your emotional and spiritual well-being. As you embark on this journey, be patient and kind with yourself. Some emotions might be deeply rooted and take time to fully process and release. That's okay. This isn't a race or a competition. It's a personal journey of growth and healing. You might find that as you engage in this spiritual detox, you start to feel lighter, more clear-headed, and more in tune with your authentic self. You may notice improvements in your relationships as you're no longer weighed down by old grudges or unprocessed emotions. Your spiritual life might deepen as you create more inner space for connection and reflection. It's also worth noting that sometimes, particularly when dealing with deeply rooted issues or trauma, it can be helpful to work with a professional counselor or therapist. They can provide valuable guidance and support as you navigate this inner work. Take a moment to reflect. What one small step you could take today towards your own spiritual detox? Maybe it's setting aside 5 minutes for quiet reflection, or writing down 3 emotions you'd like to work on releasing. Remember, even small actions can lead to significant change over time. We'll then explore the long-term benefits of maintaining emotional and spiritual health, and how this ongoing practice can transform various aspects of your life. Stay tuned as we continue to delve deeper into this journey of personal growth and spiritual renewal. The journey of personal growth isn't always easy. Sometimes, we find ourselves clinging to negative emotions, almost like old friends we can't let go of. But here's the truth. The longer we hold on to these toxic feelings, the more they impact every aspect of our lives. Picture a glass of clear water. Now, imagine adding a drop of ink to it. At first, it might not seem like much. But as time goes on, and you keep adding more drops, the water becomes murky. This is what happens when we hold on to anger, resentment, guilt, or fear for too long. These emotions start to color everything in our lives. Let's break this down. When we carry around unresolved negative emotions, they don't just stay in our minds. They seep into our bodies, our relationships, and our daily experiences. That constant undercurrent of negativity can lead to chronic stress, which we know has serious implications for our physical health. It might manifest as headaches, digestive issues, or a weakened immune system. But it doesn't stop there. These pent-up emotions can create a fog that clouds our judgment and decision-making abilities. We might find ourselves reacting to situations based on old hurts rather than present realities. This can lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and missed opportunities in both our personal and professional lives. Consider how holding on to resentment might affect a friendship. Every interaction becomes tainted by that underlying negativity. Or think about how carrying unresolved guilt might hold you back from pursuing a new career opportunity. These emotions don't exist in isolation. They ripple out, touching every part of our lives. Perhaps most significantly, this emotional baggage can create a spiritual disconnect. It's hard to feel connected to a higher purpose or to tap into our inner wisdom when we're weighed down by toxic emotions. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a noisy room. The chatter of negative thoughts drowns out the quieter voice of our spiritual selves. But here's the empowering part. Recognizing this pattern is the first step towards change. Once we understand how holding on to these emotions affects us, we can start to make different choices. We can begin to see these feelings not as permanent parts of ourselves, but as temporary visitors that we can acknowledge and then release. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing these emotions. Quite the opposite, actually. It's about facing them head-on, understanding where they come from, and then consciously choosing to let them go. It's a process of emotional alchemy, transforming these difficult feelings into opportunities for growth and deeper self-understanding. Imagine the freedom that comes with releasing old grudges, forgiving past hurts, and letting go of unnecessary guilt. Picture the energy you'd have if it wasn't being drained by these negative emotions. Think about how much more present and connected you could be in your relationships if you weren't constantly filtering experiences through old emotional wounds. This process of letting go isn't always easy, and it certainly doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, self-compassion, and often a good deal of courage. But the rewards are immeasurable. As we release these toxic emotions, we create space for more positive experiences. We open ourselves up to new possibilities, deeper connections, and a more authentic way of living. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there emotions you've been holding on to that might be holding you back? What might change if you were able to release them? Remember, this isn't about forcing yourself to get over things. It's about gently, compassionately working through these feelings so that they no longer have power over you. The path to emotional and spiritual well-being is ongoing. Each day presents new opportunities to practice awareness, to choose how we respond to our emotions, and to align our inner world with our highest aspirations. It's a journey worth taking, one step at a time. Forgiveness. It's a word we hear often, but its true power is frequently underestimated. In the journey of personal growth and spiritual well-being, forgiveness emerges as a key that can unlock doors we might not even realize were closed. Let's be clear. Forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful actions or pretending that hurt never happened. It's not about forgetting or allowing yourself to be mistreated. Instead, think of forgiveness as a gift you give yourself. It's a way of releasing the hold that past hurts have on your present and future. When we hold on to resentment, anger, or bitterness, it's like we're drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. These negative emotions take up valuable space in our hearts and minds, leaving less room for joy, love, and growth. Forgiveness is the antidote to this poison. But how do we forgive, especially when the hurt feels so deep? It starts with understanding that forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. It begins with the decision to forgive, even if your emotions haven't caught up yet. This decision alone can be incredibly liberating. Next, try to shift your perspective. Consider that the person who hurt you was likely acting from their own place of pain or ignorance. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you approach the situation with compassion rather than bitterness. Remember, forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes, the healthiest thing is to forgive someone from a distance. The goal is to free yourself from the emotional burden, not necessarily to restore the relationship. Importantly, don't forget about self-forgiveness. Often, we're our own harshest critics, holding on to guilt and shame long past their usefulness. Learning to forgive yourself for past mistakes or perceived shortcomings is crucial for personal growth and spiritual well-being. As you practice forgiveness, you might notice some profound changes. The weight of old grudges begins to lift, leaving you feeling lighter and more free. You may find it easier to be present in the moment, rather than dwelling on past hurts. Your relationships might improve as you approach interactions with more openness and less defensiveness. Spiritually, forgiveness can lead to a deepened sense of connection, both with others and with something greater than yourself. It opens up space for new experiences and insights. Many people report feeling a sense of peace and clarity after working through the forgiveness process. But what about those really big hurts? The ones that feel unforgivable? It's okay to acknowledge that some things are incredibly difficult to forgive. In these cases, it can be helpful to start small. Perhaps begin by forgiving someone for a minor slight, and gradually work your way up to the bigger issues. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Consider keeping a forgiveness journal. Each day, write down one thing you're willing to forgive, whether it's someone else or yourself. Over time, you might be surprised at how this simple practice can shift your perspective and lighten your emotional load. Forgiveness doesn't just benefit you individually. It can have a ripple effect on your community and the world around you. As you release old resentments and hurts, you create more space for understanding, empathy, and compassion. You become better equipped to handle conflicts and misunderstandings with grace and wisdom. Imagine a world where more people embrace the power of forgiveness. How might our families, workplaces, and communities transform? While we can't control others' actions, we can choose how we respond. By choosing forgiveness, we contribute to a more peaceful, understanding world, starting with our own hearts and minds. As you continue on your journey of personal growth and spiritual development, consider making forgiveness a regular practice. It doesn't mean you'll never feel hurt or angry. Those are natural human emotions. But by cultivating a forgiving heart, you create a foundation for deeper joy, more authentic relationships, and a richer spiritual life. Remember, every step you take towards forgiveness is a step towards your own freedom and growth. It's a powerful choice that can transform not just your own life, but the lives of those around you. So, what will you choose to forgive today? As we come to the end of this transformative journey, take a moment to reflect on all that's been revealed. The power to change your life, to align with your divine purpose, to break free from the chains of the past, it all lies within you. But remember, knowledge without action is like faith without works. It's time to take what you've learned and apply it to your life. Ask yourself, what negative thoughts or emotions am I ready to release? How can I practice forgiveness, both for others and for myself, to create space for God's blessings in my life? What steps can I take today to start my spiritual detox and align more closely with my true purpose? This journey of transformation isn't a one-time event. It's a lifelong process of growth, renewal, and deepening faith. Each day presents new opportunities to choose wisdom over worry, faith over fear, and love over resentment. Will you rise to the challenge? Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of purpose and divine connection. Picture yourself walking through life unburdened by the weight of past hurts and unresolved emotions. Envision the impact you could have on your family, your community, and the world when you're living in alignment with God's will for your life. This vision isn't just a dream. It's your birthright as a chosen child of God. But to claim it, you need to take action. Start small if you need to. Perhaps begin with a daily practice of gratitude or set aside time each day for prayer and reflection. Maybe choose one relationship where you can practice forgiveness. Whatever you do, commit to taking that first step today. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. There's a community of like-minded believers out there, all striving for spiritual growth and transformation. Share your experiences in the comments below. What resonated most with you from this message? What challenges are you facing in your journey of personal growth? Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to take their first step. This is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore, so much more to learn on this path of spiritual growth and emotional freedom. If you're hungry for more wisdom, more strategies for living your best life, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the divine revelations and life-changing truths we share. You've been chosen for greatness. You've been called to a life of purpose and power. The question is, will you answer that call? Will you step into the fullness of who God created you to be? The choice is yours. The time is now. Your transformation awaits. Are you ready to embrace it? Thank you for joining me on this powerful journey. Until next time, may you walk in divine wisdom, unshakable faith, and the transformative power of God's love. Thanks for watching.